They certainly do. AVANGAR versus Mouse. And I think, yes, the eyes are all on AVANGAR. How much resistance can they put up? The desk has painted that picture perfectly. mousesports, hot contenders for a top 8, certainly in my mind. I've been a big fan ever since I got to see Frozen and Woxic join this roster. You know, that was enough for me. I'm sold. I ordered the jersey. I was invested in it. Wow. But you can see you guys seem to agree. mousesports certainly hot favorites. 90% on the Strafe app predictions, available on iOS and Google Play.
We saw AVANGAR take down Complexity earlier on this very map. It was Kicker that looked very, very good indeed. He'll be solo towards the B side for now. He has a smoke and an HE, no armor, of course. He'll be waiting to get any sort of contact towards the side of the map, drop the smoke, as mousesports have full control of the banana position. He'll drop his smoke, but he might be a little bit too late. It's actually fine. So do they commit off this, considering he's got his smoke down?
Looks like they're willing to do so. Kicker's just going to try and take the fight, try and take 1-2 with him. Huge work from him. The silencer paying dividends as he's allowed to reposition his aim onto the head of Woxic. Now, with the bomb going down, it's Chris J responsible for that. The CTs start to gather, start to pincer, and Rops, his back is exposed to this flank from Banana. It's Buster who is starting to make leeway there, and that's enough. Finds the head of Rops turned in pursuit of Jame. Just Carrigan and Chris J then 3 closing this gap. All about this precision. Carrigan, he's surely going to be ratted out here. No worries. Jame fires the final bullet of the round, and AVANGAR will take themselves to first.
Well, we said there was a solo hold there from Kicker. It looked like he was done for. They had 5 players outside the B-bomb site. He was alone there with no armor, 1 smoke, and an HP, I believe. He gets that smoke down perfectly. He manages to sit in towards that well position, gets 2 quick kills, delays the bomb plant, and here's the replay right now. You can see they had no idea he's there. He gets 2 clean ones, drops the bomb down as well, buys so much time. It was a good rebuttal there from mousesports to actually get the bomb down and actually make it around those competitive. Rops had a nice shot towards Banana, but as you spotted, he got 1 kill there, but overall, he didn't see the second coming, and it was an easy finish for AVANGAR. We do have a force buy, though, from mousesports. We talked about this all day long. A lot of teams are opting for this approach now. Get the bomb down in pistol after losing it, still buy up with what you can, drop a couple of rifles, and see if you can cause damage.
I mean, you've got 2 Kriegs, and you've got 2 teenagers who can frag. Frozen and Rops, given the Kriegs. Put a scout in Woxic's hands, a Deagle in Chris J's. I mean, that's a potent mix.
Yeah.
See what mousesports can do with it.
Rops and Frozen. Frozen, one of the hot young prospects of CSGO. There's so many of them these days. The game is changing, it's evolving, and the young guns are rising to the top. We have got mousesports here with a slow approach. Remember, we talked about this before. You don't want to fire off any bullets until you get a really clean kill on your plate. We'll see if that comes through as Woxic out the scout for now, looking for any players jumping up behind that half wall. Spots one. He hits the shot, but his teammate on the other side of the map, Rops, will be taken down in middle. That's one of the rifles gone too.
Yeah, forced to back away from the Molotov. Jame, he wants to contest. Nonetheless, and that's Carrigan losing the Krieg. They're chopping and changing it. They're playing hot potato, but this potato clearly deadly. Everyone that touches it seems to die. Woxic's low, tags up and converts onto Sanji with a scout. It's not bad, but Frozen's thrown into a 1v4 with the bomb in his grasp. Sure, you've got a rifle, but it won't be easy. A frag onto Buster keeps the flank open, and now sowing the seeds of doubt, likely going to want to let the time pass.
Ouch. Just a note, we have got a 15-0 scoreline in the other stream. Vitality 15-0.
Wow.
Just to let you know.
Looking for that 16-0. Historic, it certainly would be. The major 16-0. Not many of them. Frozen through Balk, 14 seconds. Just the legs, and will be peaked by Kick It from Graveyard to find its conclusion. And so, we find ourselves with a quick 2 for AVANGAR. Should be 3, I guess, now. That's
it will be.
The second round investment gone.
They have to take pretty much the full eco at this point. I'm going to see Glocks and PT-50s at the very top end. CZ for Rob, surprising he would invest that much. He still has 2,000. He goes for armor as well. So he goes a little bit deeper than his teammates, down to 1,400 now. He has the bomb as well. If you can get that planted, that will make up for the extra investment. We'll see if that's possible. Round 3 coming through, and we've got Buster on the MP9, 4 players on the M4s. Jame will bring out his orb, and as soon as he can, they can win this round cleanly. If 1 player going down, he'll probably drop his M4 and go straight into it.
Buster is just trying to be as irritating as possible, as unpredictable as possible, supported by Kick It, who's just going to be playing the escape role here, trying to draw people's attention, or more. Taps up Carrigan nicely through the smoke. So, that vest and CZ for Robs. Sorry, Henry. The Kevlar.
Kevlar vest.
Kevlar vest.
Good to be specific.
Yeah. Not just any vest. But regardless, See what that does for Ops and see if that... goes up in relevance. Let's find out. Smoke does lock out Carrigan from Apps for now. Just 2 CTs on the receiving end of this A grouping. James as far back as he possibly can. He wants to keep that range advantage as long as he can. Buster. Eyes on Chris J. And this is all meeting its foregone conclusion. Work from Rox's CZ, we talked about that, but that's all he'll get for it, just the one frag to show. And AVANGAR, no real sweat on their brow just yet. This defensive side has gone off to a flying start. Not only winning the rounds, but winning it with many men standing. That's nice.
Absolutely right there. 3-0 CT side, plenty of money. James does bring out the AWP early as well. mousesports won't have that luxury. They don't necessarily rely on the AWP. Voxic is more than capable of using the AK-47, but still, clean start here. Kicker has been fantastic all day, Alex. He has looked really good. That round, not much to talk about, but this is the fact they send 4 players towards B so consistently. We noticed that in the last outing on this map against Complexity. They set 2 players up with full utility, and James was in position to get 1 there. He realizes he has had his chance thwarted now.
The charging frozen, he had to let go of W, and he's profited! That is miraculous. So fast from spawn, knives out.
And no one's there,
And
they
no
put
one
4
is
and 8.
there. Just like that, the site is theirs.
Yeah, that's insane.
Wow.
So, if you watch the AVANGAR game earlier like we did, we know their tendencies. They send 4 towards B on these gun rounds, and then they try and get the 2 players.
So they just called their bluff.
Yeah, and they just went straight up towards A, knowing that there's a good chance that could happen as soon as he missed that first shot. James, that is. That's an opportunity to really kind of stifle him on the A-bomb. So he tried to get away. He was moments away from doing so. As soon as he gets taken down, that's round over. It's a weird thing to say, right? But it's a 5-on-4. They have to save all their weapons.
Yeah, but it also puts into perspective James' aggressive push down mid. Like, yeah, that was ballsy.
If it didn't work out, he's died straight away. They've won the round.
He pushed down mid. There was no one holding that. The T's could have swung up T ramp. He was so convinced that he could take that fight on second mid, and he was absolutely right to do so. He had the shot.
If he gets that shot, it's a very different round.
Perhaps.
It's strange sometimes how Counter-Strike goes down. All about the nuances. We'll see.
We love it, right?
Absolutely.
3-1. mousesports find their first. Going to be seeing the Krieg in Chris J's hands as well. Is that a weapon you've managed to get your head around yet? I know a lot of people are starting the conversion.
I think it takes a good 10 days of sitting there using it on deathmatch and the games as well. I can definitely tap with it. I can't handle myself close range.
So I was speaking to Elige actually.
Yeah.
They were boot camping in Malta, and talking to him about the Krieg. Now, of course, he has the advantage of he's been using it even before it was the flavor of
him. MBK and Magus were the ones that were like flirting with it before the patch came through.
Yeah, but I mean, it does seem to be the general consensus that is the weapon of choice if you can use it. That's definitely going to start the shift.
Well, it's how Furia got themselves on the map, really. They were the first team to really opt for that setup and having 4 or 5 Kriegs sometimes and showing how powerful that gun could be, especially when the AUG was nerfed. You're just like, okay, this makes a lot of sense now. But it's not as prevalent at this major, I would say. I'll be interested to see the next stage of the tournament, the big dogs start coming into the tournament, what they're going to start running with. Like, what surprises have we got? Will there be any dramatic shifts and new ideas being presented? I'm really interested to see. This is going to be a great major, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's got all the trimmings. The only slight caveats, of course, of recent announcement does put ENTS under the microscope as well.
Absolutely. They've just removed their in-game leader.
They have removed their in-game leader, will be playing the major with their in-game leader. I mean, yeah, it doesn't have to be a personal think piece, but it has raised some eyebrows. Quite the surprise to many people that after climbing to the tippy top, the fact that Woxic is out of his chair does not fill me with confidence.
Doesn't bode well for the technical pause.
I'm already starting to think, imagine if it was a mouse thing again.
Yeah, did he have some issue with his mouse before?
Yeah, so
where
Chad was talking about it. Apparently, he
didn't have a backup mouse.
Didn't have a backup.
That is shocking. I'm shook.
Bear in mind, this is like Chinese whispers. That's what they said. That they said, and he said. I haven't spoken to Woxic. I don't know, but yeah. Perhaps he has just not bought a spare mouse to the major. That would be quite the comical. I mean, it's a
weird one. I bring a spare mouse.
Even I do, yeah.
Yeah, I've got a spare. Welcome to use it.
I think he's using the weird gamer brain here. I think he's using the SteelSeries Xi by the cable.
Okay, you've recognised by the cable.
That's what I would say, but.
Oh, they're laughing about it now, and it's not. Well, it looks quite jovial on that side of the server. They're 3-1 down, which is joining us. Penultimate game of the day. We have one more after this. This is another winner's game here. AVANGAR managed to take down Complexity earlier on Inferno, but maybe gave away a bit of their playbook because we saw mousesports really countering them there.
Yeah, that was really cool. And I mean, you don't see Counter-Strike like that unless there's information behind it, right?
Yeah.
The fact that Frozen was so ready, he just charged.
Yeah, he knew his
Molotov,
objective there.
He heard the shot, he knew he was on CT Arch, and he just charged.
Yeah, it worked out, and that will rattle AVANGAR now. Will they continue with their 4-man setup at the start? So anyone who didn't catch that, let me just explain why that's happening.
I think that's a great idea.
So they're sending 4 players towards B, and they're using the 2 middle players to use their incendiaries, their smokes, their HEs at the start to suggest that the B conflict is over. They've used everything they've got, and it's now your chance to move your way up. Then there's 2 players actually remaining in B. The other 2 rotate back towards middle. They'll have their incendiary, their smoke, their HE still. They'll be the B players. They still have all their utility and the ground gained from the initial bombardment presented by their teammates. At that point, they can then do a double HE towards logs, and the team will think it's clear. It's a great idea, but once you understand their game, it's very easy to counter, as we saw. So I'm interested to see whether they'll keep running it. Maybe put the brakes on for a few rounds and then come back to it in a few.
And so the conversation that we kind of started and never got to finish regarding that idea from AVANGAR, especially because it paid such huge benefits to them over the course of Inferno, was that you don't have to do it every round, because the fact that you can do it a couple of times and then say the B players throw their nades early, there is always that thought at the back of your head, like, is there another set of utility to come? Once this precedent is set, it's a powerful tool that enables you to really maneuver and be flexible with your CT positioning. Of course, that's an if you don't get caught out by a push like that from Frozen.
Well, there's the new member of mousesports sitting down now.
Yeah.
See him warming up. Voxic will be subbed out at this point.
Seeing a lot of cabled mice. Couple on the wireless mouse hype train. We'll remind everyone that the technical pause rules do state one cannot talk.
Yeah, in any way. You can't chat in the text form. Yeah. You can't look at each other and speak off mic. You have to sit there in silence. And
I think they're communicating exclusively, through fingers and their knives positions on their screens. That's pretty much the just for something to keep the mood light, right?
Yeah.
I think Carrigan tends to pull funny faces at his teammates. That does seem to be a mouse issue. I mean, the fact that you have 3 admins surrounding Voxic's PC, the discussion surrounding his flawed mouse before.
Well then.
And I think my suspicions are correct,
What were your suspicions exactly?
Regarding his mouse.
Oh, you think it's the same issue?
I mean, it's the Zai.
Oh, that was... Okay. I can look it up if you like. We can confirm it right now.
Yeah?
Let's do that.
Sherlock Holmes.
Okay. Frozen CSGO.
Wait, Frozen Voxic, wait.
Oh, we're doing Vox. Sorry, you're right.
Voxic. Let's find out what mouse he uses.
Okay. Here we go.
Not what we were looking for necessarily. We know it's sensitive.
There it is. Sensei Raw. So you were close.
That is the new fake version of the Zai. Damn.
You were so close.
So close yet so far. Wow, this is an impressive website. I can tell you what graphics card he has.
Wow, he's using the 1080.
Yeah, and if you're wondering, he has 1620 DPI.
Very specific.
At 2 sensitivity.
Yeah.
So his effective DPI is 3000. That's high.
That is a crazy high sense.
Yeah, people often...
It's like 10 times mine.
Yeah, well, you have ridiculous sensitivity. Playing Counter-Strike next to Henry, whenever you have to use your mouse, like if I'm there to accept your game, it's like, it takes me...
Drag it to your desk.
To my desk, to the corner of your mousepad, just to try and see the cursor move.
Yeah, I use my whole arm.
Actually? Do you remember off the top of your head? You must do. DPI 400, I guess?
DPI 400. Of course you are. Sensitivity between 1 and 1.2.
So that's 0.5 on 800. That's literally half, and over half of mine. Yeah,
I've been using that since a while. It's because I use my whole arm by moving. Yeah. So for me, it's 2 quick swipes for 180. It just feels so natural for me, but I know it's tragically low.
Sure.
Yeah.
Two swipes of your mouse pad, 2 full swipes to do a 180. Dude, that's why you're so buff.
Yeah, I know.
You're working out every time you frag out.
Just swinging it around, getting it done.
Yeah, I mean, admittedly, you're a little asymmetrical, but...
Oh, there's a cough button there, Alex.
Yeah, sorry, man. I was caught off guard because I didn't expect you making stupid jokes.
Well, it looks like we might be underway momentarily. Still, you can see the players not able to do much, just rolling their eyes, waiting. Oh, the flipping the bird, I guess.
You got to keep, honestly, I mean, I'm making silly jokes, but this is so frustrating for players. Of course, for Woxic in particular, the fact that he's desperate to play and his hardware is that letting him down. But for everyone, you have to sit there and just put a pin in a game. I mean, admittedly, it's a relief that it's so early. It's always so harrowing when it's like a 14-14, been a slog of a game, and then the tech pause plague arrives.
Well, I'm going to check in with the B stream here. Bardolph and DDK are next to us, still shouting, so I assume it's still going.
Yeah. The deal shots are good. He's just in time,
Absolutely.
and it was ridiculous. So
They've gone from 15-0 to 15-7.
there's okay.
Don't want to say it might happen.
That's crazy. It was a 15-0 half.
So the CTs have
What's the map?
Mirage.
It's not Nuke.
It's
No?
not. It's Mirage. It's
Okay.
weird.
Okay, that's strange.
We've had nothing but CT rounds now. That's
Hasn't been a successful
round number
T-
23.
There hasn't been a successful T round in 23 rounds.
That's weird.
That is strange. Wow. So imagine if this goes 15-15. That would be like there would have not been a single T round in an entire match.
There would be some conversations.
That would never.
There'd be a lot of
my boyfriend
angry French boys here.
HLTV. I'd like to hear if that ever happened, but we're not there yet, of course.
No.
To 7 for INTZ versus Vitality.
With K&G playing, just a note. So they're another team that's been potentially compromised this event.
So
right?
you add that to the list of the likes of ENCE.
He's currently 21 kills and 16 deaths, just a note.
Yeah.
So he's not necessarily letting them down.
And just while we're on the topic of the other game, in an interview actually at the Miners, they were asking Yell about the INTZ conundrum, and he said, yeah, we had a chat with K&G. It's an offer you can't say no to, but we wanted to ride this major out together. The whole objective as a team was to get to the major. They've done that, so play it out, enjoy it as a team, as a unit, and then of course he's going to go to those greener pastures.
Point, just waiting for the final player, Woxic and mousesports, to get his act together. I saw him getting his phone out, so I feel like he has to Steam log in at this point. So that maybe that suggests it's not necessarily a mouse issue, he's got something else going on. But either way, AVANGAR waiting patiently. This is the penultimate game of the evening, currently 3-1 to AVANGAR on their CT side. I can see Negev's being purchased on the CT side, so I assume a restart's happening, whatever happens.
I would assume so. I think they've spent all their money on Negevs, actually. They're all on the floor. But I'm not seeing smiles yet. Certainly am from Carrigan, but not from the Woxic side of things. I think James opting for a very unique approach. He's actually crossed his arms and has closed his eyes.
A little power nap.
Yeah, I mean, that's close to the fury of meditation. We saw that earlier today.
We did. The only team rocking that right now, but could be a trend that sets some of the rest of the teams. You never know. Bit of meditation before. Look at that Zen state.
I mean, you look at the benefits of meditation. I think everyone should be doing it before a game. My goodness.
Well, 15-8 now. We can cast off the scoreboard if you like. We can just keep doing that. K&G and Yell left in the 2 versus 1. They will win it. And now we get into round number 24. Pistols for Vitality. CZ, Speedy 50s, Deagles. Bit of armor there, Alex. No grenades. See what they can do with this as we move in to what could be another round on the board for Brazilians.
Let's find out how this one plays out. Of course, do you see the AWP in KNG's hands? Just casting off of the kill feed at this point.
No kills happening.
No kills happening. The T side is still alive and thriving with just their pistols, but I'll tell you, by the sound of James Bardolph's voice,
he's excited.
Something's coming.
Something juicy is on the cards, that's for sure. No signs of life here on the AVANGAR mousesports game. It is another winner's match, of course, on Inferno. Seen a lot of that today. We've had mainly Infernos and Trains.
Inferno, Train, and just a smattering of Overpass.
A little bit of Overpass, actually. That's it.
Averting disaster.
Okay, it's done. Right, they've won the game.
Whew.
That's something.
Still, AVANGAR versus mousesports is what you're here to see, and if you've just joined us and are wondering, okay, so I'm losing my mind, what's going on, what am I listening to? Well, you're listening to Machine and Henry G, and you're currently staring down the barrel of what has been a quite intense technical timeout. Woxic losing, we're assuming, use of his mouse. It was mentioned before that he's had issues, actually in the setup before this game, with his mouse. In his first game, apparently he was using a discount €5 mouse.
Didn't bring a spare. He has quite a specialist mouse as well. It would take quite the whip around to find out who would actually have.
Yeah.
What was it, the Sensei Raw?
Do you know what's actually really stupid?
What?
You know that mouse I left on the desk before we left?
Where left where?
When we lived together.
Sure.
You know, I left that mouse. I took a mouse out of my bag and I put it on my desk. That was a Sensei Raw.
You could have saved the day. You could be running down there right now.
I'd be on the camera.
I would allow that. I'd say, Alex, you know what? Go save the day.
My salon
Get down there. You get down there. Let's go fix this out. Either way, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to take a quick break and show you a lovely little video. I'm not sure what it is, but I'm sure it's delightful. We'll leave you with this and be right back.
17. It's mousesports versus AVANGAR. We've got 2 games to go. This is one of them. I'm Machine. I'm joined by Henry G. We had somewhat of a technical pause, so thank you so much for staying with us. Mouse did go, of course, it was mousesports with the mouse issue.
Indeed.
For all of the dankest of memes, but yes, it was Woxic unable to, well, probably the most crucial piece of hardware you need to be in sports.
The only one you definitely need. The headset we can work with. The keyboard we can replace. The mouse bungee, not a problem. The keyboard, you know, it doesn't matter too much.
Like mouse mat?
Yeah, the mouse mat even. We could say, you know what, I can use a different mouse mat. The mouse, you probably do need that specifically. That's the one you've been using the last 2 or 3 years. You definitely need to want to.
I mean, it would be the equivalent of a tennis player using a different racket.
Yes.
I mean, it's so extreme.
Well, there we go. Hopefully we're back underway. We are told after that video we're good to go.
Well, of course. Henry, using the tennis analogy, interestingly enough, tennis players, professional tennis players that are paid to play tennis, they tend to bring
spare rackets.
I mean, over 10.
Yeah, sometimes it's known to happen, you know.
Unwrap them live.
We are a few stages behind that in esports, it seems, as we have just the 1 mouse per player. It's a dangerous game we're playing. It has come back to bite us in the arse, finally, and here we have it.
I'm almost certain. You know how my mouse analysis has been spot on so far, Henry?
True.
I see a different mouse on Woxic's mouse pad right now.
I think you're right, because the Sensei Raw does not have a light on the middle scroll wheel.
I mean, a glow function is available within the software for the mouse wheel.
For the Sensei Raw?
Yeah, just the mouse wheel.
Oh, I didn't know that. So maybe, well, I don't. That's not conclusion yet.
No,
we'll have
not
to keep
yet.
Going.
However, I'm
going to zoom in on the mouse.
I don't know, he's making sacrifices. Well, no, with a cable. It was a braided cable with a white spotting. Oh.
And we go. Enhance. That looks like, it looks Death Addery to me.
It looks a bit Rock-at Coney.
I don't think anyone's dropping that in the major, to be honest with you.
I don't know, man.
Keep going. Enhance. Just 10 more %.
Okay. It's definitely a different mouse, I'll tell you that much. That's all I've got.
Logitech-y.
Logitech-y. Well, it does. I mean, so as long as it can get his DPI,
sure,
he's at least playing on the same sense.
Well, that's something.
It's not the €5 no DPI thing he was playing on before. So
why was that the one that was brought out? Surely
know.
you go to any other pro and say, "Can I borrow your mouse?" Surely better than the €5 extravaganza.
I think it was one of those halfway through a game type deals, like just grabbing whatever he could.
Coach have a mouse?
You know, these are all such great questions, Henry. I wish I had an answer.
If I was the coach, you know, I'd just ask them what the mouse they use. In my backpack, I've always got 5 mice ready to go.
Yeah, like the manager.
Yeah. You know, that's always my prerogative. I'm going to make sure anything that happens, one day, I'll be the hero for any of these guys.
Well, it's all smiles. Carrigan's trying to keep morale up, and it does seem like mousesports are going to be getting back into this when I see fist bumps. He's back in the server. Let's keep a close eye on Woxic for a while. We'll keep checking in with him to see how he's doing. As it looks like we're back underway. Thank you so much for staying with us. I can see the timer moving, players moving, and players able to talk. It's all back underway. And it does look like they're going to be loading a bit of a reset on that round after all of the hijinks that we witnessed. So 3-1 was the score. AVANGAR, I mean, Henry, how's your memory? You want to give us a quick recap of how we got here?
To this point right now, we got there with a pistol round victory from AVANGAR. It was a lovely start to the game. Came down to a tense situation, but AVANGAR managed to get the 3-0 start they much needed. I have to say, mousesports certainly the favourites coming into this one, but we did just have a gun round go in favour of mousesports by virtue of the mid push by Frozen, shutting down the AWP presence of Jane because they focus on a 4-man setup towards B at the very start of each round. That's their go-to, but obviously mousesports have that information available to them. I don't think we'll see it that much from AVANGAR anymore.
They're going to lose that whole tool that their disposal. It did make their B defense oh so powerful the first time we got to see it. And so AVANGAR versus mousesports, and we're back into the fray. Jame on his signature weapon. We'll see where he chooses to utilize that AWP. It was a big part of the first round. mousesports won was him firing off 1 shot was all it took, and Frozen, I mean, I would be surprised if he tried this again. Smokes a landing. That was thrown by Kickit. There is someone going to charge through, and he gets the frag. That's big. Already Sanji's under trouble. Waters, he's going to get the first. He's going to be worrying about the flies from the right-hand side. That's 1. Sanji's doing so much work here. Frozen's got lost in the smoke, but he's being supported by Buster in a big way. 2 from him, and now Rops, he's left to his own devices. He's 1 versus 2. He narrowly misses that shot. What did he pick up? It's a Molotov. It's not the dream.
That's fine, because now he can actually get the bomb. They extinguish the flames.
It's almost a 2-for-1, and another Molotov to deploy towards Library. It's working out well into apps. Buster has crawled. He really did save AVANGAR from this round. Let's see if he can close it out. Rops, you really have no right to do anything more in this. He's been spotted. This is a problem. What do you do now? Buster throws a molly. He's got no HP. He's going to be going down to Buster from Apps. 3 in that round, and the savior of AVANGAR.
It looked like mousesports had done enough there, but Sanji saves them. He had a very quiet game earlier against Complexity. They still won the game, but he was nothing to really report on. He didn't really have many frags. He was just getting one, maybe, when he's holding the bomb sites, but that's big from him. 2 big kills there from the bomb site box itself, right in the corner. Manages to fend them off and buy time for Buster, who has been a star player for them today. He dropped like 27 kills in their first outing, and here he goes once again, denying the plant, finds the bomb on the floor. Rops did a great job to even make that round close, but Buster's positioning towards the apartments was a long con. It works out for them, and it is going to be 4-1 in favor of AVANGAR here as we enter round number 6. Plenty of money for mousesports, though. They have the AKs and the AWP for Voxic.
And sending Jane Banana.
Oh, they are, you're right. So no 4-man presence there. It's more traditional, but they do have the AWP on this side of the map.
Flash does force James to kick it towards sandbags. He should have been caught out, but Buster again bails him out, saving his teammates time and time. Carrigan through the flames. He wants to push where it hurts. Catches kick it in transition. A double. Gorgeous from Carrigan. He can just escape now. Damage done.
Yeah.
And the CTs, they're going to be forced to work with what they've been given. Walked through the wall, connects into Jane.
That's really quite impressive from Carrigan. I didn't catch his game earlier. I saw a lot of tweets praising him, saying he was excellent in the first showing, and Rops will continue that train of thought as he takes down Sanji in that pit position. Adren now to be tested. The old guard waiting on the A side here. We'll see if he can find multiple frags. James helps him out. Back to a 2 versus 2. Good flashback. But then set himself up for a kill towards quad, but holds strong, pushing them back towards middle and indeed towards the B side. This could be a great call from Voxic. They don't have a smoke for the cross to the side, but no one's actually there to receive. So this is fine. They can cleanly make their way towards the B side, get the bomb planted. No problem at all. They actually find a smoke in transition. They will drop that. Bomb to be planted with an AWP up. This is looking very good for mousesports.
Yeah, picked up 2 Molotovs as well. One already deployed. A second could come in handy for this attempt at a retake from the CTs. James could be walking through that smoke. It wouldn't surprise me. Instead, opts for a route towards construction. Voxic staring at him. New mouse. Didn't quite manage to hit that first flick. But Frozen will make his presence known now. James just going to Scarpa. Does catch Voxic, and I say Scarpa now. Upgrades to the M4. Could try and change things around a little bit. The Molotov hasn't quite got to plan.
No, Frozen.
And no way, Jose. He's going to have the defuse. That Molotov is one for the comic strip.
Yeah, the blooper reel.
Oh my goodness, that's unfortunate.
So he was trying to bounce the Molotov on top of the bomb there, guarantee success. Nice idea, but if you just AFK'd it towards the barrels and Banana, he probably wins. That's the problem with that, because as soon as he drops that Molotov, he knows he has a challenge now. There's a chance he might not be able to see the bomb with the awkward Molotov he's thrown. He made his own bed there. Yeah. And James tucked him in.
Wow, I mean, I'm almost certain, the way I read that was James was accepting he wasn't going to win the 1v2.
Yeah.
Then Voxic presents himself new box, and well, the rest is history.
He can't believe that Molotov bounced back. I think that's what he's annoyed at. There should be no way AVANGAR win that round, and that's a gutsy one to give out. mousesports. Maximum loss bonus and the bomb plants will be able to buy once again. They still have the AWP of Voxic.
I fear that's going to come back to haunt them. I think that's going to start playing on their minds. The nades do land, but this time to no avail. Just Chris J tagged up just a little, keeping the default spread for now. Flash towards top banana to clear it, and that's all the information they need for now. Realize that they've taken all of that away from the CTs. Keep them guessing. Smoke deployed in response. Plenty more where that came from. One more for Adrian, actually, as the T-smoke start to land. Forces Jane back on towards the site.
Slow approach here from mousesports, still with 3 smokes available to them. In terms of map control, 2 players of the bomb towards the mouth of the B bomb site. That's going to be on the back of Voxic with the AWP. But they still have to break down the defensive of that site. Buster still with the incendiary, but Carrigan does find a quick pick. That's towards the A side of the map. That's going to force a rotation from kick out. They've got 30 seconds here. What's their play? Now it's a 4-on-4. Do they even justify falling back towards the A site here? They've got no smokes, just a Molotov, and Frozen will have to lead the charge here, holding W. doing what he does best, looking at those headshots.
Yeah, Adrian in pit, he can be so influential here if he gets this right. 1, 2, not the third, but that's a huge amount of damage. Sandy can finish off on that. Nice connection from Woxic. New mouse, no problem. He has to go 1v3. He's being flanked fast by Buster. He can hear it, has to react. It doesn't connect. And that's another for AVANGAR.
It was looking so good for mousesports there. They get the opening pick. 30 seconds on the clock. They have no grenades as well. They decide to go back towards that A site, and then they go into a 4-on-4. At that stage, the crossfire was set up there. It was Adren in the pit. He gets one, gets fully blind, commits to the spray, takes another one down, gets half HP on the penultimate player there. Bomb planted for Voxic continues to allow them to buy, but that's about it. They're 6-1 down here. There's been some very close rounds. The only round mousesports have won so far is when they've rushed middle against that 4-man B stack. We said AVANGAR probably won't deploy that much going forward, and they haven't really since. There'll be 3 players towards B this time.
So you could say that mousesports in rounds 1 have only killed 1 player.
Yeah, you're actually right. The rounds have actually succeeded in. They only got 1 kill in, but this is looking much better. Sandy will be taken down by Voxic, and they'll try and get the fight back in their favor, dropping everything they can in return. The grenades towards Log, very effective. 6 HP for Voxic there. He'll live to tell a tale, and that's not a huge issue. He's already got first pick, and he's got the AWP. You'd always give your AWP, or the AWP away to your low HP player, so it all works out really. James will be holding towards the boiler room now. A difficult shot for him to hit.
Does love these ambitious close quarter angles, likes to fill the gap a rifler would. A lot of responsibility on James, and actually lots of responsibility on Adren, because he's been given the responsibility of holding apps, and that is where 2 members of Mouse start their crawl. Saying that, Adren falls off. It's going to be just James left solo on A for now. Where's this coming from? It's because the smoke just landed in CT, thrown by Carrigan. You can see it from Adren's POV.
Wow.
They've pulled all of the right strings. And again, James finds himself alone. This time, he finds the shot onto Carrigan. Not the same as the round before. The only round mousesports have previously won. Again, it's on James solo A, and again, the bomb goes down with 1 kill. 2 rounds, 2 kills. Mousesports story so far.
If you win the rounds with 1 kill, it actually means you did something really good. You've done something pretty remarkable, and that is, again, Carrigan. He made the call on that round they won before with the fast mid push. This time, he's dropped that smoke towards the B side, which pulled everyone over and left James isolated once again. And there it is. They get that 1 kill, and Sanji is dropped, and all of a sudden it's actually going to be 8 players surviving in round number 8 here, and it's going to be a 6-2 scoreline. So mousesports very happy with that one. No heavy lifting really having to be done.
All good in the hood for Woxic as he scarpers to the maximum range he can, given the damage those nades did. Wow, they really ate that bait. Carrigan, he laid it out for them. He really did. Set the trap.
Yeah, very cool stuff.
2-6 though. Huge lead for AVANGAR at this point in time. We'll see if mousesports can continue to play the mind games. Carrigan certainly is playing a game of chess right now. Newest addition to AVANGAR is Adren, major champion, of course. And a big name. We've seen his kind of attempts to climb the Counter-Strike ladder in different names. FaZe most recently, of course, that has been outlined as somewhat of just a space filler. Desk's words, not mine. Carrigan catching a lot of nades on Banana. Should go down here. Kick it aggressive, trying to change things up on Banana and being rewarded for it.
Flashbang deployed, and so is the headshot. James holds his nerve and removes the head of a Voxic there. So that's a very common approach. If you get blind, you give it a half a second, pull the trigger, and it's very well timed. Lovely play from James. They've got a 5-on-3 advantage now with 2 AKs and a Krieg up. Chris J, Robson, Frozen have their work cut out for them. They still have time here. Problem is, AVANGAR have full control of the Banana position. They actually have kick out a Buster right down to the mouth of that area. Rob smoked out for now as they decide to fall back. A little bit of damage there. Hitting kick out through the corner of the half wall.
Oh my god, Henry. I can see the A in the AVANGAR logo for the first time in my life.
Yeah, you just saw that?
It was always just a trident.
You sure?
It's an A.
It is. They've done something there, haven't they? They've done something.
My brain is...
A graphic has been designed at some point.
You could say a professional graphic designer created a logo. Nice work from Frozen, wow. To make this 3v5 work, he's got eyes on Sanji. It's a free frag. Sanji just has to keep holding crouch, and oh, it's not so free anymore. Frozen, he falls straight into that time trap. Now Rop's left alone. Does have the bomb, smoke pluming.
Yeah.
And he should be able to at least get this one down. I say that with bated breath because Cricket's already in construction. Will do so. Bomb down, has flashes.
So if he's smart here, Alex, he wants to make sure his teammates are ready to go when he does as well. You do not want to be camping in a solo position. His teammates should trade this off, so that's absolutely fine. Sanji to close things out there as AVANGAR put another round on the board. It will be Kicker to defuse. They're going to make sure they collect all the weaponry, so AKs, AWPs, exactly what they've got here. And 2 players survive. Money's still there for mousesports. They've got plenty of it. They haven't really been broken that much. It's the new financial system that allows us to have more gun rounds. It makes best of ones a little bit more weighted, I would say, than they were before.
How common is this many diffuses? I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 diffuses in 10 rounds.
Yeah.
That bomb's going down from Mouse. It's just not being converted.
A lot of retakes from AVANGAR are going very well indeed. And mousesports, they're not necessarily playing badly or anything like that. They've been unlucky with some of the scenarios that have gone down, like that Molotov from Frozen, for example. That was a nightmare. You don't normally see him making mistakes like that. Normally, he wouldn't even bother the grenades. He'd just be playing the one-on-one duel. But still, rounds like that and nightmare scenarios falling apart for them. We'll see if they can get back on their feet. They still have the cash. They still have an AWP if they want it. Voxer goes against it this round. Going to stick with the 5 AKs. James hitting some wonderful shots in the last couple of rounds. Still has his, of course. Currently sat on 9 kills, 3 deaths. The very top will be Buster. Really impressed me this tournament. He's got 10 kills and 4 deaths. He certainly has been the star of the day for AVANGAR.
Certainly has. Fast Molotov, Voxer can play in front of it. No fights down middle just yet. So what is this from Mouse? 4-second mid, couple of just stray bullets into apps.
Problem is now they've allowed banana control fully granted towards AVANGAR, meaning Jane can be alone towards B, and they have 4 players on that A bomb site. Sniper can patrol that position, no problem. Challenge for 1 kill and fall back and call for backup. Adren on the windowsill as well. That's a really nice setup.
That looks good. Playing anti-flash, of course, Sanji. That's the first. He has the support if he needs it. Quick from Carrigan, though. That's the worst-case scenario. Still fired off the warning shots. Now getting wallbang pulled off. And converted by Carrigan. He gets a double. The man's on fire. 3 in this round. Carrigan's going hunting. He might even find a 4th here. He does. Buster goes down as well. He's a bloodhound. Just sniffing him out.
He's like, I'm not done yet, boys. Don't plant that bomb. I can smell another. Rops will be looking for the last here. That's much better from mousesports there. It's a Carrigan 4 kills, but we'll take it.
I mean, you need heroics to sometimes break this drought. And mousesports, we've made it clear, like, it's not like they're not playing Counter-Strike. Bombs going down, 3v3 after plant, but nice work. Rops to find himself just the 1. 4 from Carrigan in that round.
That's impressive. I can see what everyone was talking about today on Twitter. Everyone's saying, like, Carrigan's killing it, the clutches, the picks he's getting. A prime example, he's really feeling it today. Opening pick was beautiful. And then the double kill as well. Adrenaline Kicker thought they were hell out of there, but no, Carrigan continues to applying the pressure. Kicker, frustrated with that one. Got to chill out, my friend. Fully eco on the cards.
Yeah, heart on their sleeves. Can say what you want about the majors, but it means so much to the players that it's so evident in the Counter-Strike, in the everything else, in the interviews.
Yeah, this is what all players aspire to play at. You know, this is the event. This is the one.
Here's a great example. Kirby talking about what winning the major so early in his career did to him.
Yeah.
You know, like he lost all motivation. It was like, I did it. I've done it. I've climbed the mountain.
He got the MVP as well.
Yeah, MVP of the major. I mean, what more? You can't ask for more.
Yeah, I can understand why he put so much into that one accomplishment, and to start it all over again can be quite a daunting thought. Yeah.
Certainly change. Oh no! What? Lightning in the jaw of Rops, but doesn't catch him. Looking for that Zeus kill. You know, I think it's actually a worthwhile investment in maps like this where you can kind of dance around the apps. Like, that's a quick weapon upgrade. That's almost, I mean, it's more powerful than a CZ if you're in the right corner.
Yeah, we saw Ricky wielding it a few times earlier. Got a couple of kills with it. Either way, looks quite a simple procedure here for mousesports. The Zeus could have ruffled some feathers. Doesn't connect. It's a 5 versus 2. Make it 4 versus 2. Kicker. Not sure that's easier, but that's all he can find. And we'll see Buster with 22 HP now 0. Nice flick from Chris to avoid certain death there. And it will be the 4th on the board for mousesports. Starting to come to life now. It's never too late. They could even come back and win this half. So it was looking a little bit detrimental getting to the mid stages of this half, but now fending off the eco. We'll see if there's another partial buy. I'm seeing CZ's purchased.
The kills look almost even. I mean, the only real front runner there, of course, is that of Buster. Worth noting that ADR of Rops, significantly less kills and yet more ADR. He's been doing the damage.
What have they been up to here? So they bought an AWP for Jame.
What?
Adren's fully invested with an M4. Buster's got USP and he spent all his money.
He went back to spawn for a smoke.
They've got the first pick, so it could work out for him. Not bad at all. Jame knew he had to step up there. They wouldn't be able to recover that rifle, but at least they have a man advantage. But this looks problematic to me. You haven't really managed to money in an effective manner, but...
See how they handle it. Kerrigan crawling up banana with Woxic. Is Woxic scoped in already? Yes, he is. So no noise needs to be made. Buster, is he up on oranges? You can see. Starting to actually swing with just that USP and a smoke. I mean, currently B is guarded by a silenced sidearm, unarmored, and then full executing into him. His smoke, I'm not sure that's going to hold them back. It is, and Kerrigan, he leaps through. Straight into the site. Buster, he can't do much with his weapon. He's waiting for his teammates, the cavalry, to arrive. He does boost up kicking, but this time the CZ's not quite as spicy. Frozen shuts him down. Woxic connects with that AWP. And those weapons, this is now the conversation starts. Already you can see that Adren is already in library. James towards CT spawn. Hoping Sanji just takes a couple of bullets into those retreating mousesports players from the bomb radius.
That's pretty much all he can do now. They have to save those weapons. Luckily they save both the ones that are invested in, and you still get money on the CT side if you save weaponry, so that's not a problem, but still, this was the dangerous approach. It could have fallen apart for them, and now Sanji, you can get the AK, get the hell out of there. This won't be bad, actually, and now he needs James to protect him. They know it. Sanji will try and make his way out, but Frozen ready and waiting. James cannot afford to lose.
You can leave.
He likes to save, and this time he hasn't.
He was, I mean, I guess the bodyguarding of Sanji was too high of a responsibility.
Yeah, now the question is there again, like, okay, now we don't really have much to work with at all. We've invested partially into that round, but we've left ourselves with Buster on 2,800, Adren with 2,400. You're going to have to buy again with what you can.
Buster's not going to be having a lot of fun for a while. There we go. Okay, so SMG full util.
An MP9 for Sanji, Buster the UMP. Didn't have to be this way, but they've still got the AWP Jame, but he is glass cannon. So he has a smoke AWP. It's not a huge deal if he plays it correctly. This means he can't be super aggressive towards second middle. But maybe he can.
Maybe he can. It's Jame after all, and these nades from AVANGAR are causing so much trouble for Woxic. Nades, bullets, and flame. He's gone. Sanji responsible for it. So 5 versus 4. mousesports looking to operate with just 4. Smoke towards the mid. Jame is going to be pressured in a very big way. He does have the support though, and Buster's made that UMP work. That's quick. But how has he got 2 from that position? He's anticipating a Molotov. He's already got the smoke in his hand, and just like that, he has the smoke to escape. The Molotov did land though, a little off from normal. Great shot from Rops, my goodness. He's got a magnifying glass on the center of his monitor.
Well, that's not bad at all. What a shot that was. It's still on a 3-on-2 disadvantage here. But plenty of time to work with, just under a minute. They have no utility, but they do have one disastrous weapon, which is Rops. We'll see whether he can make his way forward, and Harrigan's not been playing bad at all either. Going towards the arch side, you can see Sanji is watching it like a hawk, but he only has the MP9 to defend him. If they go around this corner together, they likely get the kill, and then Buster is waiting towards Graveyard of UMP. If they go towards the A side, they've got a real chance of winning it, but they're waiting for a mistake at this point from AVANGAR. Nothing coming in just yet, making their way around. Remember, they've got no utility here. Face checking every position. They're trying to stay together. If they get this first kill, no problem. They're in good stead, but actually the MP9 coming out on top. Well positioned from Sanji.
Yeah, the fact that he hits that shot so well, nice from Rops. If he can get to the site in time, that bomb can go down. 9 seconds. Safe plant. He knows Buster was pit, and that's where his eyes are drawn.
Oh, he saw him.
Certainly did. He's aware that the rotate's going to be coming in from B as well. 1 versus 2. He's got to get the timing right here. He's in the middle of nowhere. Tries to bait out the shot. Oh! Okay, Rops. Quick turn. Couldn't return, though, to Adren. And that will be another for AVANGAR. Whew,
That was
sigh of
almost
relief.
disgusting.
Yeah, that was almost gross.
Yeah, that could have been something really quite special. Robs gave it his all, brought it down to the 1 versus 1. Somehow, it was Sanji who actually saved the day with the MP9 of all weapons, holding towards that A-bomb site. We said this was going to be a difficult round for them to win, but they managed to overcome their problems in great style. That comes right down to the wire. Robs certainly had a chance of winning that, but it's Adren to close things out. 8-5, and we go to round number 14.
For all of their chaotic economic decisions that we've seen from AVANGAR so far, their decision-making, like leaving the 2 SMGs on A, sending the 1 rifle over towards B, it's all well thought out, and it's happening in the tiniest fractions of seconds. These decisions have to be made. Quick Molotov to middle, and that will slow down. I thought Woxic, but no. Burns his toes for a frag. James gone.
Yeah, that's audacious. I like that a lot. Voxic, that's really impressive. It's very synonymous with him as a player, I would say. That sort of play style. You'll see Sandy drop down towards the pit. Lots of damage done from the Dren.
That's a lot, and Sandy can do even more now, especially once tagged up. He's going to be hunted down. Rob's great work from him, and now we can just have a shooting gallery if they continue to push through this. Grey screen for 1. It was Kick It, and a second smoke starting to replace that. I feel like Rops has 10 nades every round. He keeps finding them. Another one, this time deployed towards Balk. One of Adren's own as well towards the site. It's going to cover off from Pit and should enable them once that fades. As Adren gives it to Buster. Makes a lot of sense. The guy's been looking great.
Yeah, with that rifle, he's looked fantastic, but at this point, Adren, all he can do is save the AWP. A little play there with the smoke down towards the pit, the flash over. They need to get a quick kill. They knew damage had been inflicted in buckets and spades there. Carrigan and Voxic, very low HP, but doesn't work out, and it will be mousesports picking up yet another round here on the T side of Inferno. It will be 8-6 after this. Adren won't be hitting that shot, but maybe this one. Carrigan will be dropped in the air. Nice movement from him, but wasn't enough to take down the final player there. Adren will be handing that AWP over to Jay, and that's pretty much exactly what they need. I can confirm he survived that one. They're averaging $2,000 per player on the CT side, but Jay will get the AWP, the rest of them will get SMGs or Deagles, and they'll do absolutely everything they can here. Jay probably goes towards Banana now. He's shown so much presence towards middle. He might mix it up and go Apps or Banana. I would say middle probably is a bit of a no-go, considering they know an AWP has been saved. But you never know.
We'll see what decisions they choose to make. Another AWP surrounded by Fisher-Price weapons. Seen how powerful they can be in the right hands, though. Sanji's been on the MP9, it feels like the entire half.
Yep. That's, yeah, not far from the truth, I would say.
Kickert, aggressive down Banana. He's doing this in pursuit of information. They may not have weapons, but they've got boatloads of info. They're going to be able to leave, I was going to say the AWP there, but that's kind of the only tool at their disposal. Rotate 1 off. Buster will be there to support A should they commit with his Desert Eagle. Chris J sitting towards T steps. He was there to catch any early aggressions from the CTs. A second smoke arrives. You can see just like that, almost comically. Carrigan, here's the smoke, appears in the screen of Woxic and disappears again. Back towards the A site as the smoke lands. There's still so much time. Chris J's already caught Kickers already. We knew that was coming. And Buster, what was that? 2 quick kills. The head of Carrigan, frozen, gone too. Bomb loose up mid. The CTs can respond accordingly. But with 40 seconds, there's no rush here.
There certainly is no rush. They've got advantages with the firepower, but if they go towards B, we know James set up there with the AWP already. They do not use any of their utility. They had flashbangs available there. If Chris gets the kill, all will be forgiven, but he cannot get it. AVANGAR, remember, came in with 1 AWP, and everything else was compromised. They had SMGs, CZs, Deagles, that was about it, but they find themselves in a 4 versus 2 now. Rops and Chris J to try and make this one a reality. The mousesports are going to check every single position here. It looks like they've done enough on the AVANGAR side, as it will go 9-6. It started off as a great half for AVANGAR, started to fall apart in the midsections, but they stuck the landing there with a couple of compromised going in their favor, Alex.
Yeah, and they played them well. I mean, it's so intimidating. Mousesports, they don't even see that information, but we need to go catch our breath. I mean, we'll talk more about it when we get to that second half.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. AVANGAR. Oh, they do manage to win out. We'll see whether they can continue as we move over to the second half. mousesports, a few up and down rounds there. Some strange rounds, Alex, as well, with only a couple of kills being found and rounds being concluded. It's still anyone's game, that's for sure. AVANGAR have looked impressive at times and weak at others. mousesports had issues technically. You can see Vox is still not 100% happy with the situation over there.
Blowing on it, hoping.
It's like,
please.
Come on. This will work out.
This will make you feel like my mouse.
AVANGAR 9, mousesports 6. Like I said, anyone's game. Pistol very important in a best of one. We'll see who comes out on top here as mousesports swap over to the CT side. 6 is enough. They were worth a few more, but there's Frozen. After a couple of awkward moments for himself in the first half, does get the opening kill here to kick things off in the second. 5 versus 4. He has got Carrigan on the site with him. So he's trying to suggest maybe he's there alone. And he'll head towards CD spawn. Carrigan has got a smoke and a diffuse gear. He'll head towards new boxes right now. We have one player not with the pack. That's going to be a Dren who's going through the apartments right now, making his way towards boiler room. Can't really do much of this. If he had a smoke or a flash, sure, maybe he can pull a player over, but now James, who's spotted, Frozen's not going anywhere.
Just going to stand like a turret, ready to take that fight. Confident in his own ability. He has the support of his teammates. He's just there to try and feign the solo B. That's the character he's trying to portray right now. Smoke will likely play ahead of that and then disappear into it.
They got 2 players in new boxes now.
They certainly do.
Yeah.
That's a huge connection.
No
Flash,
way.
Smoked, doesn't matter. A double kill. Chris J's finding himself ahead as well. Adren's gone. Finally, Buster will find just one redemption frag, but the round's already done.
That's wild from Frozen. He gets the opening pick, and like you said, he holds like a turret. Gets 2 more through the smoke, and they had a double stack towards new boxes. They had one on top boosted and one underneath as well. They wanted that to be a little bit more scrappy so they could show the world how strong that was. Unfortunately, Frozen takes all the fun away, kills everyone, and he got 2 through the smoke. There's 2 headshots there. He didn't see anyone. He was blind as well.
Yep.
Just all pre-aim. Beautiful.
Beautiful stuff. 4 kills, 2 of them completely blind, and a huge round from the star of the mousesports show.
Well then, MP9s and MP5 as well for Carrigan. No force buy here from AVANGAR due to no bomb plant.
Yeah, now as we jump into the mousesports CT side, it's worth mentioning their result versus 4s. They got 11 CT rounds versus 4s on this map. Very well set up, and clearly Frozen's a big part of it. To start this off, another double kill. Exactly like the pistol. He's so ready to take that fight is Chris J. My goodness. Hoping the Glocks come hunting for that SMG. Frozen's looking to line him up. So brazen. Woxix arrives as well. And just like that, taps away to number 8. This gap closes immediately off the back of the pistol. But yeah, as I was saying, 11 rounds on their opening CT side of Inferno. It really locked 4s out of that. We didn't get to see too much of mousesports T side in their first game. And now we find ourselves getting to see the whole lot of it. AVANGAR making them sweat, making them work in that first half. All of those retakes that came out of the AVANGAR CT side, it's a sight to behold.
Well, the AKs will come out now. Mac 10 for Sanji, 12 kills to his name. Second in the leaderboards right now for his team. 3 for mousesports, heading towards the B side of the map to kick things off. Chris J leading the charge here. Nice to get stuck in with it. An MP7 usually, this time on at the FAMAS. And Buster, he has been impressive at Banana all day long. We'll see if he can beat the smoke. He certainly can. Does he check the position? Close range, though. Somehow Frozen.
With an MP9?
That is now 7 kills in 3 rounds, and he gets a dink. That's actually Chris J dinking kicker there. They need that position. They've got a kill, but no HEs available. The incendiary certainly is. He'll be able to take one down. Rops will follow things up, and this is looking really good for mousesports here. 5 versus 2, managed to salvage a couple of AKs as well. Mac 10 for Sanji will find the 1 kill, and actually might be able to get full access to the A side, but the bomb's down towards T-spawn.
Sanji, more like Sumji. The guy's only playing the SMGs, I swear. Mac 10 finds another.
And needs a bit of polish.
There it is. Thanks, man. Yeah. It makes more sense if you play Counter-Strike with me and I ask for a Sumj. I ask for Sumjes often. Well. Still, let's see how this one shapes up, because it did look like an open and shut case, and perhaps now it's confirmed. Nice work, Christian Woxic. Patience prevails. Catches both of them, takes the AK out of the equation. And so completely level. mousesports winning that pistol and converting. You can see what that's done to the odds. Huge favor in favor of mousesports, brought to you by GG.bet, the bookkeepers of the major.
That's absolutely true. We are all tied up. AVANGAR, though, probably going to give this round away. They can partial buy at best. They're all sat at about $2,900. Sanji has $5,300 because he's been buying the Sumjas.
Thank you.
So often. He's bought. Oh, they've gone for the AWP.
You wouldn't believe it. You wouldn't believe
partial buy.
They've gone. I mean, it's such a Jame play. We've seen his entire
He's
team.
like, Sanjay, you've got a lot of cash over there, and we are going to take an eco, but I'd like to have the AWP
Listen,
if I
Sanji,
can.
man, I've seen you with
You're doing a
that.
great
I've seen
job.
you with that Mac 10, man. Like it's a
great.
really good look.
You're doing a
for
great
you.
job. I feel like I can win the round now.
So give me the Zoom banger.
In all seriousness, I like it. Like James, like if he's confident enough, he can win this round for them. Why not? Like if you're feeling like you're desperate for a round at this point, and James says I can win this, you got to have faith in
Let's
your
see what he
offense.
does.
You know?
I mean, what is the play here? He's going to look for a fast peak, I assume, towards middle. He's just holding the line for now. Going to sneak into Walk 6P. Oh,
okay.
My God. I winked.
Yeah.
And not with my eyes. That is crazy.
You're disgusting.
Nice. Not quite getting the opening first blood Jane was hoping for, but not far from it. And down to 59. I mean, they have to kind of sit back and wait, right? They have to kind of let Jane work the map. You can send those SMGs in. There's some flashes. Get that CZ on kick it. He's done some incredible things with that SMG. Here it comes. Jumps across to bait the shot. It works out perfectly. That's another weapon now in the bank. And Sanji, he's upgraded. Got himself the AWP. Now just peppering them from balcony with Zadren. Cause a turnaround. Carrigan's low. But there's so much time on the clock. The T's don't have to commit to this despite all of the map control. They're in CT spawn.
They're going for the old banana split. Looks like quite a delicious one as well. Alex says they've got
All the trimmings?
CT. Well, there could be a bit of chocolate sauce and whipped cream here. We're not sure. The hot fudge. And we'll see. They've actually opted to go back towards A. 35 seconds. They do have flashbangs and smokes available to them. And it's getting quite tense on the A bomb site. You got Carrigan with 16 HP, sat in the corner. Rob's trying to bait him in the best he can. Time running out here for AVANGAR.
This is so peculiar. There's an AWP in library, and there's 20 seconds left. They're coming from short, from apps. Rob could get caught out here if the timing's not perfect. On towards the hay bales would have been perfect, but Carrigan's made that low HP work, and it's just headshots. It's perfect. A double kill. A third from Carrigan. He's been down to 10 HP, and now he's hunting down James. This bloodlust cannot be sated. Finally, Chris is there.
Exactly.
Damn, mousesports. They're starting to purr. The engine has got up and running.
It didn't look good at all, did it? They had the Carrigan with 16 HP at the back of this side. Rops are smoked out. It didn't look like they stood a chance, but he gets 3 kills. He positioned himself in a manner where he can only be headshot. If he delivers the first blow, he's going to win it. Let's have a look how this one went down. So you can see they can only see his head right now. They'd have to actually dink him.
That's a fair fight. He's got full health, you know.
So that's really, really well played. Showing his experience there. Carrigan makes it work, and they get double digits as we move into round number 20 now. You can see Sanji down to the Mac 10. That's what was predicted, and we'll have to do it again.
Another glass cannon AWP for James. On the T side, it's more of a risk. Those nades from the CTs can really take chunks out of you. And Woxic's already felt a chunk taken out of him, down to 17 very early, operating for the rest of the half with a bit more of a passive stance. Start to back away. Double AWPs. Chris J's taken that one to B, and that's one of the many things that I'm so what's the word, smitten by with mousesports, is that their double AWP is Chris J and Woxic. Like,
yeah,
that's
it's pretty spicy, isn't it? They had,
if Dust 2 was in their arsenal as much as other maps. Good to see that double AWP.
They did have Oscar and Chris J before.
Yeah.
That was pretty crazy, but yeah, this is just as lovely. Towards A, they go the flash attack from the apartments here. You can see Rob's very aware of it. Woxic nailing shots behind him, but still a couple of quick ones here. Sanji making that Mac 10 work. He can find a rifle on the side now if he wishes, but this is his go-to weapon, it seems. He'll be sticking with it for now.
Angie with the SMG, and bomb goes in. Clock extended, courtesy of Buster. CT is going to look to keep hold of their weapons this round, and so this one will just whittle it down. Gives you time to take a breath. Grab a drink, perhaps, if you're watching from home.
Quickly, though. You've got about 40 seconds.
Yeah, that's enough time to get downstairs, grab a quick beverage, ice cubes.
What would be your go-to beverage right now?
Right now, I'd crack into an ice-cold IPA.
An IPA, I'd go for a Ribena.
A Ribena? What?
Yeah.
13 years old.
I kind of fancy
sick.
a Ribena. hot right in. Have you ever tried that before? That is lit when you're here.
It is.
It is really good.
Yeah, you just use lit genuinely on microphone. By the way.
I know. I mean it. I stand by it.
It's dumb lit?
I don't know what that means, but yeah, maybe. Yeah. Could be. Who knows? To be honest, whatever the kids are saying.
Ribena is pretty lit. Ladies and gentlemen,
Ribena is a cordial in the UK.
Cordial, yes.
Yes, it's a soft squash, I guess. You mix it with water, iced water sometimes, or you can warm it up with...
The Dutch call squash lemonade. Really confused me for a while.
Orange lemonade.
No, they just call it lemon. Like limonada is what we consider squash.
That's weird. That's confusing.
Very confusing. Yeah.
What if you actually have legit?
So if you ask for a lemonade, you get like a Ribena. You get real confused.
Well, I'd be winning either way.
That's true.
Yeah. It'd be fine.
Are you thirsty, Henry? Would you like me to do
I am. Do you know what? Where's the water?
I'm all out.
I'm not on the hydration gang right now.
No, you're not a hydro bro. A hydro homie.
Stuff.
And all of that stuff, all of the above. We're into the round, though, as Henry starts looking around the room for water.
Found it.
Nice, congrats. Nade exchange hasn't got too much other than Kikit's health to worry about, and this is just... Like 2019 Banana is a smoky, Molotov-y, nady mess.
A rotten banana.
It really is at this point. Gets beaten up. They've made it wider, but still a brutal place to put yourself early. And yet a necessity.
A very slow approach here. B control granted to AVANGAR, at least the banana section. They have got Chris J waiting at the coffins, and of course they'll have Frozen waiting with the AK-47 towards new boxes here. In terms of utility, Chris has one smoke left. They have a couple of flashes between them, so they're not an exactly amazing spot defender for 4B execution here, but there's not really much potential threat, at least it's until now. We're going to see the boost come through, and the execution does come through, and it's going to be a lovely shot from Kicker, and that Chris J really has to be tested at this point. The bomb goes down. That's the best kill he could have done.
All the players he finds is the bomb carrier. Sanji goes down. They will be able to get those digits punched in without too much other than time passing. Chris J's trying to keep all eyes on him. He wanted a bait so they can catch a frag from the boost. James, he's close quarters though. He's in the pool. He's not going to be able to escape from that one. 3 versus 3. Chris J just a little lower than the rest. Quick from James, repositioning. He's given so much freedom, or he takes so much freedom, I think is a better way to describe it. Running out of time now, running out of chances, and because that shot does not hit, Woxic's looking to try and hightail it out of it. Unfortunately for him, that smoke has cleared, and he will not be leaving with the big green gun.
There it is. It looked like a nice setup there, but that boost, it's one of those ones you actually check almost every single time now, especially if you smoke towards coffins. You're going to come in free-firing that, and they send 2 players in to do just that, and it's Frozen that gets taken down. Chris J got a lovely kill through the smoke. Like we said, the bomb carrier, idyllic, it seemed, but they quickly recovered, and AVANGAR get that bomb down. Chris J got flashed by his teammates. He did try to push through the smoke of coffins, but at that point, he couldn't actually capitalize upon that flash. He actually caught it in the face himself. 11-10, AVANGAR take the lead on the T side here, but we do have money available for mousesports. I think there's a tactical pause from them though, as the coach will jump in, Alan, to dish out the orders, work out what's going to be happening here. You can see him being quite assertive. He's calling things out and looking at the buys as they come through. Voxy does have the AWP. 2 M4s out, Rops and Carrigan with those. Frozen yet to buy with 7k. Same story for Chris J. No double ult setup spotted just yet. Frozen still waiting for his opportunity. There's James getting it done. 4 M4s and the single AWP. AVANGAR 11, mousesports 10. We have one more game to bring you tonight.
I think James' stats might be right up there with Exa Power. When we were looking at 4s, we found the stunning stats that suggested that he might be the most dedicated AWP-only player, as in his AWP stats in comparison to every other weapon were absurd. And I think watching the way James is approaching this game, he's so comfortable with that weapon in his grasp. It's there more often than not.
Sanji without the Mac 10 though.
Yeah, and this is kind of strange. He's got a rifle and utility.
Territory, yeah.
See how they handle it. Reaggress towards Banana. It's gone so well. The rest dip behind the wall. It's traded 1 for 1. If Roxic gets away, that's damage done. It does delay them, but admittedly, abundance of time. Utility being thrown in their direction now. Woxic cowers. Smoke lands. It's going to be onto Frozen. Molotov's going to show exactly where he is. He's caught with a smoke in his hands, and as it dribbles down, so do the chances of mousesports winning this round.
Yeah, especially the 4 versus 3. They don't really have much grounds to justify this retake. I would say to save the weapon, especially that smoke going down now.
Gift.
Yeah, and they just want to get out of there. And you're absolutely right. That smoke allows them to actually keep 3 players up at least. AVANGAR have got their eyes set on the prize of winning the round, and we'll see them just holding on to the bomb now. So that's another one on the board for them, 12-10. And at this stage, we're going to have third stage loss bonus for mousesports. So they keep 3 players up. Rob still has $2,000 residual cash. He can drop 1 gun. There will be 1 compromise here, but still 2 M4s and AWP, a kit for Robs, 1 smoke as well. So they're okay. Sick. Currently sitting on 11 kills, 13 deaths. He has had issues today with his peripherals. I'm not sure whether that's translating into this game. I really don't know, to be honest. Well, if we can ask them after the game if they win, maybe we can make it the first question.
I think that definitely is something that we can get.
Let's get the answers to that, because it's on my mind. No, it's on yours. I can see it in your face.
Yeah, I can't stop wanting to, every time Woxic's missing a shot. I can't with a new mouse, a brand new mouse at the major, by the way, a random one that he's been given. For anyone that has just joined the series halfway through and missed the technical timeout 4 rounds in, it was due to a dysfunctional mouse, and a replacement has had to be adopted by Woxic. I mean, it's not as bad, but nearly as bad as when Guardian had his injury and was playing a grand final with, I think it was like quadruple his cents. Yeah. It really is just absurd.
I was going to say that, but I thought, you know what, Alex has got this. He'll say absurd first. Well then, B seems to be the focal point this round for AVANGAR. Oh my goodness, not before. A grenade that somehow doesn't take Kicker down. It landed at his feet, had about 30 HP. He goes down to 1, and he'll be given the AWP at this point. That's fine. As long as he stays alive, he's still part of the conversation. We will see now. 1 minute on the clock. Jame given the AK-47, and he'll be joining a Dren with the rifle. Procedure towards middle. They've got that control. Frozen with the MP9, but it's actually reasonably strong towards the A side of the map. Problem is Carrigan, no utility. They've got Voxy with the AWP watching quad, and then we have Rops in the pit, I believe. So they don't have any utility between them, but they still have players there. Enough presence at least.
Ooh, Carrigan. He's using that silenced M4 perfectly. He sees a smoke, he knows he can shoot. Very hard to pinpoint his position. As Kicket's actually trying to use that AWP towards B. Fires off the shot, using that 1 HP as best he can to try and keep the CTs on their toes. Carrigan considered it for just a moment. Now Woxic sees the bomb and gets the frag. Rops is there alongside Carrigan. They're filling the feed. Just Kicket and Jane. And make it just Kicket. 1 HP in a dream. He's going to try and save that AWP as best he can.
Yeah, nothing he can really do about this. He will be saving the sniper rifle here. 5 players up against him, and the clock as well. Now 5 seconds remaining. It looks like he's absolutely fine to save it. We have got Frozen and T-Spawn, but not in the right position now. Yeah, if he'd got his skates on there was a chance potentially, but not going to happen.
If he threw his smoke perfectly, it bounced off the door frame and did 1 damage to him.
If only he knew.
God, if only he was cheating and he could see through walls.
Yeah, that'd be something.
Still, 12-11 will be the score. Let's get a replay of that Woxic frag, just shutting them down immediately as they stood. Forced then to not only be concerned about the site, but also Pit, Rops, and the clock all playing a part.
I like that from mousesports, really committing to the crossfires there. They're not hunting for kills at all. They're waiting for full commitment from AVANGAR with the clock low as well to really force the issue towards the quad side. So that was cool to see. They win the round, and they've sent Rops down towards the bottom and middle here. Voxy to protect him, as now he's got the AK. This is where he can thrive, but they're waiting for him, and Kick Up deals with him in due course. It's going to be a nice opening pick. 5 versus 4, and now they can really just wait for any sort of reactions to the CTs now. Carrigan, here it is. He will try his best to get this next kill. He didn't take any damage!
Okay.
That's insane.
Wow, from a little bit of a mess with the MP9, he recovers with an absolute nonsense. And look at Chris Not a second, tags up Buster. Some craziness in round 24 from mousesports. First they charge down middle, then Carrigan shooting people through smoke. Chris Chase behind them. Well, they know how to turn this game around and keep us on our toes, but still, Kick It and Buster. This is far from said and done. We just let everything settle back down. Woxic's heading back towards the A site, leaving Frozen in a 1-man mission on B.
True.
No nades at all. He's going to have to just fight.
Yeah, he can just sit towards email like he is, though, and just play for full commitment. Like, he'll just try to get 1 kill before they go down. If he gets it, round's pretty much done. He will have enough time for a rotation. I think it's going to be Voxy that makes his way over. He's currently in transition between A and B bomb sites, sat towards that arch. Frozen is trying to run the clock down the best he can. Can't really do much more than this. He's going to sit and hopefully out-duel whoever makes their way towards that B site, and they might consider it to be clear at this stage.
Or if he just stops that plant, this is a dream for Frozen. Kick It can't cover everything. It's both. Lovely hold, lovely patience from Frozen, finds 12.
You can see they don't want to go for a double AWP setup at all. Mousesports don't have that in their wheelhouse, apparently, because the AWP was there on the floor, didn't want it. So Chris J doesn't seem to be wanting to do that on the CT side of Inferno right now.
I mean, he's so much more flexible when he has a rifle in his hands.
Or an SMG, like we've seen it before. If he has an MP7, he can rush down that banana area time and time again and seem to sit in smokes and be a nuisance, and that's where he's happy to play right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a horrible story I'm going to tell you. It's a horror story. It's called The Tale of Sanji and His Buys.
He is getting battered and bruised up there as well. It's like, guys, can I have a gun this round? Look, man, maybe.
No, on his contract, it's like you can join the team, but you have to accept that James going to have AWPs and you're going to have...
nothing, mate.
Nothing.
Yeah.
See how this
Max 10s or CZs, and you'll be very happy.
And you will love it. Look at this from Chris J. This is why he doesn't want the AWP. Just gets all that information for free. The deep smoke on banana, a staple. So early and so locked out. They're all on T ramp still, and that's enough information for mousesports. This is the safest way to take that peek. Chris J, an expert. He touched the sandbag just over the top, and that's the hardest shot. I mean, this is great. Look, we get a perfect tutorial from Chris J. You saw how little he gets to see. Oh, but that's... should have been a kill. So he gets away. Chris J, he's lucky to be alive. Frozen, looking to keep him that way. He's going to try and defend in front of that smoke, and that meantime burns him. Nice work, bounces off the skybox, buster through the smoke, and that should be the sight. That could be the round. Carrigan, the fact that he's re-smoking that does suggest he wants to try and contest. Pushing through the smoke, looking to catch him by surprise. And Banana, I love the thought process. Buster keeps him safe, though.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be enough here from Mousesports. 4 versus 2 now. They have got a lot of cash, but not really much to suggest they'll go for this one. They've got one player all the way in T-Apps. It's going to be Robs and Voxy looking for exit kills. If they somehow come through CT spawn, it'd be a nightmare if they did. No real reason to do that, considering you have banana control right now. So it looks like another round on the board for AVANGAR to take the lead. 13-12 here. Looking to go 2-0 on the first day here at the Challenger stage of the Major. And we've got AVANGAR already taking down Complexity on Inferno earlier, and they could take Mousesports as well. But remember, CT side, Mousesports still plenty of cash. Voxic was 7k even after he saved the AWP, so he can certainly drop a weapon, but he might not want to, considering he's the AWPer. We will see. As we take a tactical time on the CT side, that's Mousesports calling it. A chance to discuss things. You can see Voxic lifting up the headset again. Now, Alex, you get a closer look at the mouse there. Is that the one that had the Sensei Raw?
That is not the Sensei Raw. Certainly not with that lighting. RGB cannot be found on the base of the Sensei Raw. I think...
If you know what the mouse it is, let us know.
I think my Rocket Cone guess is good.
And he's left-handed, by the way.
Yeah, that is a thing.
So maybe that's why the mouse is a bit of an issue.
The ergonomic, he has to have an ambidextrous mouse.
That's what it is, isn't it?
That's why I have one at home.
Okay, there we go. So that's maybe why he can't have a spare.
A breakthrough.
I would still say don't use a mouse that's only one of available.
Well, there's more than one of them.
No, I mean the Sensei. If he doesn't have a spare, maybe that's why he doesn't have a spare, because they're quite hard to find, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, he has to use a mouse. Which one do you use, for example?
I use the Logitech G Pro now, but that's the ambidextrous version. You can switch the buttons.
You can. Well, there you go.
I just remember when the Death Adder was like the only gaming mouse on the market. I just remember
2013 edition.
Left-handed gamers were not happy. I'm on the Diamondback 3G from eBay, bro.
I remember that because that was the one that was actually a flat instead of the Death Adder, which is curved, right?
Precisely.
Okay. Interesting. Anyway,
Smoke from Kicker. Thank you for listening to our Peripheral podcast.
For the lefties out there.
Tune in next week. This is for the lefties out there, yeah. All 4 of us. Nice work so far. Just trying to bully any early banana presence, but it hasn't really landed. Kicker and Buster are my biggest takeaways from AVANGAR so far. I think that these guys have got balls of steel. It hasn't been the greatest series for Kicker. It certainly had some impact frags, though.
Well then, less than a minute remaining. AVANGAR currently in the lead, 13-12, and have a best of 1 game for you here. Winner of this will be 1 step closer to the next stage of the tournament.
1 step away.
1 step away, you're right, yes. I guess both apply.
Both certainly do. There was less a correction, more of an...
Well, a bit of malice in your voice there.
we could call it an addition.
towards A. The flash attack from AVANGAR once again. We're going to see 3 players busting out of the apartments here, and they'll probably have a smoke towards Library. Flash to come now. There it is. Obviously looks very comfortable with this. He finds the bomb and will stay alive at this point.
Lovely stuff. Sanji towards Apps. That's not bad. Adren shuts him down, and oh my goodness, Sanji. Suddenly, this round is looking more and more comfortable for AVANGAR. The bomb can go in uncontested. The rotate will come in. Woxic's a little late to the party. He's coming from Banana. Smoke lands to obscure Carrigan's view, and my goodness, with Chris J falling, I think that might be enough.
I think you might be right there. That's a very important kill. It's Adren to find it. Carrigan and Voxic, they still have a slight chance. The flash goes in, and Carrigan's been great in these sort of plays so far, but James hits a stunning shot. That will confirm things, and now it gets a little bit scary for the mousesports boys because they do not have maximum loss bonus at all. They're going to be 14-12 down. I think they're at 3rd stage after this, if I'm not mistaken. So that's going to be $2,400 per player. They are in a lot of trouble now. Voxic saves the orb. He has enough to drop 1 weapon. Vrox can buy himself. The other 3, they're not so much. They're less than that. So got $1,900 per player. It's a 2nd stage loss bonus, Alex. This is now problematic. So they've got 1 more pause remaining. I would say they use it now. I need to work out what the play's going to be. You have Rops who's brought up. They're going to buy whatever happens, but are they going to discuss their options here?
So, yeah, it looks like Woxic has managed to supply 2 with his orb as well. So, okay, so yeah, we get the FAMAS and the MP9. All right, let's see how this one works out. This is a huge round for mousesports' fate. AVANGAR, should they win this, they should have a walk in the park to secure 2-0. Day 1 of the Berlin Major. Aggressive from Woxic in the flames, no one there to receive, and it just costs him half of his health for the gamble. Buster, that's a quick one from Woxic. Especially with Buster winning that fight so regularly in his first showing on Inferno. Oh, information denied towards Arch. No player was present though.
Well then, back towards B they go. It's been a very successful part of the map for AVANGAR. They have lost that first pick, courtesy of Voxic. He'll have 51 HP, 1 frag to his name. That's Buster as well, who's been phenomenal today. Is it enough though? mousesports will have 2 players towards B. That's going to be Carrigan and Frozen with a smoke between them. FAMAS and an MP9 combined, both on the bomb site here. They're going to bait out that smoke any second. Frozen knows it. He'll have to get rid of it any second now. Can't wait much longer. Has to be deployed.
They want to use Carrigan instead. He gets the damage, gets the info, the smoke from Frozen. Get deployed, and now just the 1-for-1. Kickert and Jame. Huge work from that B defense. Not only do they slow them down, the rotate's already arrived. Look at this. Woxic from construction. Kickert does escape towards pool. Oh, he eats that flash for breakfast. Nice work. Jame now looking to go 1 versus 3 to put them on match point. Woxic's just training his aim on this. This shouldn't be a problem, but it is now. Jame anticipating a banana push. Now focuses his attention back on the site. Chris J makes his presence clear. He's holding it. He's holding it. And he's doing oh so well. 1 second. Jame falls straight into his trap, and the Dutchman is flying. 13 for mousesports. That's a ballsy call from Chris.
So Frozen, I think I didn't quite catch it, but this is what I think just happened there. Frozen saw the Molotov thrown towards first oranges. Instead of throwing his smoke towards the actual gateway of the bomb site itself, he threw the smoke on top of the first oranges to suggest the CT was there, and he extinguished the flames, and he was hiding within that smoke. That's what I think happened there. That's a godlike play. If that was the case, it enabled Carrigan to maybe get 1 kill off the back of that. But still, that was quite cool. He had the option to actually try and put the smoke down to block their vision.
Because I was looking, I was desperately trying to find where that smoke went.
I think that's what he did. I think he threw it on the Molotov flames to suggest someone had extinguished that and sitting in there.
And so that you're going to have people pre-aiming that gives you more of an element of surprise, isn't it? I love the theory. Of course, didn't quite get to catch it all. So much happening in such a short space of time. It's the beauty of Counter-Strike.
Yeah, because that's all they had to work with. And the smoke landed at the first oranges. That's what I think happened. If it did, that's really quite smart from Frozen. But either way, they will be winning the round courtesy of a full defuse from Chris J there. Balls of steel. At that point, he fired off a shot, hit the defuse, and while the orb's still rattling out, he might not have heard the defuse come in, and James just thought he had it under lock and key. Didn't realise that the full defuse was coming in. It's a big round for mousesports to win. Keeps them in the game here. 14-13. An excellent showing from both squads here.
Chris J truly did just save the day by holding that defuse. Brave. Okay. 14-13. Crunch time. Fostering, bit of utility towards the top of middle. Woxic perfectly times that smoke just as the crawl was getting towards that half wall.
It all slows down once again. AVANGAR found like they could have tied things up there. Gotten 15th round, the kicker somehow catches Woxic off guard. He wasn't ready for that one at all. He gets a shot off, but it's nowhere near the target. Opening kill for them, and now it will be just Carrigan waiting on the site.
I mean, here's the steps. He's fully flashed. Is he going to go wide on this? It looks like he's going to have a go. Just the one. Jane quick on the trigger with the AWP. Bomb should go in. There's 3 CTs, but Sanji is behind. Enemy lines. Knife out from Rops. He makes a bit of a meal of it.
Didn't say he was the best.
And that's going to be Chris J shutting him down. 14 then, and that will be 15.
He did make a bit of a meal of it, but it was such a prime position. That was like, it was looking so good, but then the shots didn't really land. If he died there, that would have been really awkward. I think they still win the round, but it was such a brilliant setup. Didn't quite stick it, but
so patient. He was sitting there for the entire B take, looking to catch out the A rotate, and well, that's you're looking at them. Chris J and Frozen. Rops, of course, caught out by Sanji. And so match point then for AVANGAR, looking to go untouched, unscathed through the first day of the Berlin Major.
Lovely round from them. Fortunate there for Woxic, caught out by Kicker, who just swings around through the flames and takes him down. He didn't see it coming at all.
It was such a weird place for a molly to be.
Yeah, it was an odd series of events.
Yeah.
But either way, it's match point for AVANGAR, and they will be the ones taking a timeout here. It's understandable. These are the hardest rounds to find. Number 16, they're on the CT side. You know they've saved weapons as well, so you need to really be confident in what you're going to be presenting next round. You're going for another slow default. You're going to go for that flash attack from the apartments we've seen a few times. Or you could do balls to the wall at this point, rush middle, and give mousesports a taste of their own medicine. There's James.
What, I mean, when you've got 2 rounds to play with, and...
Well, this is the round. If you're ever going to close it out, this would be it. They've got 2 Deagles and a Scout, right? With 2 rifles to go with it. Ideally, you want to do a real slow round here, just work out what they've got.
Like pull teeth, like go around the map and just slowly make your extractions.
But it's never easy.
Certainly not when you're playing against Chris J, Rops, Frozen, Carrigan, and Woxic. This will not be given for free.
No.
Let's see what AVANGAR can do to secure the dream first day at the Major. Chris J does not care. Frozen catches Kicker through the smoke, and they looking for a silent exit on Banana. He's looking to have the element of surprise. You can see his eyes quickly glance towards the floor. That's white. But deep Banana control. Frozen's having a little bit of a KZ challenge. Yep. There we go. Self boosts himself onto the wall. Chris J pushed up. Nothing for James to find here. I mean, if he chooses to go a little more aggressive, he's going to get traded by Chris J instantaneously. You can see that smoke. Wow, that came a long way. That's from Rops, all the way from balcony to land top of Banana. Deep Banana. That's quite the smoke. Keeps them locked out.
1 minute remaining. AK heading towards T-spawn. Again, wants to make sure that no CTs can get their dirty hands on it.
And I think there's no more smokes available. I thought perhaps Chris J and Frozen were using Ropses to keep hold of their own. Not the case. Weapon swap, Bogdan's Law, and all that.
All that stuff.
All of that stuff. Well, if he gets this right, the flash is going to be coming in a little too late, though. Chooses to back away and keep hold of it. Now would be an opportune moment. Perfect work. 35 seconds. Anything to slow them down. Anything to let the cavalry arrive. It's Woxic, it's Carrigan. It's match point. They've got to do everything here. 27 seconds. If that bomb doesn't go down soon! Oh! What was that? An explosion of frags. All in favor of Mouse. Buster, he's trying to get that AWP out of the way. You can see the little wobble. And so looks to go to his death. Take me. I'm ready. I'm yours.
Well, that's quite smart by him, to say the least. The fact he throws away the AWP knowing they haven't got that on that side of the map, that's great. They still can't afford the AWP, but they can... Oh, I say that. They actually can on the T7. There's still compromises to be made. There was Buster with $1,500, and they just straight up buy the AWP. No conversation had, just bought it straight away. And what's going to be the repercussions?
What did they get out of this then? Hang on a second. I'm looking at the you know,
Sanji's
never guess.
He's got no armor and a CZ. He's been wrecked.
I love Sanji. I want to meet him.
He's getting wrecked.
Oh,
He gets no armor and a CZ.
it's almost like the Chad Sponge Birchall of late stage Vox Eminor, you know, just a vending machine.
That's so gutting for him.
Okay, 15 to 14. Now they're the ones making the sacrifices. Only utility they have is on one man. Chris J's banana push alongside Frozen was how they found the round prior, and he's there again with a gap in the smoke. Intentional? Not sure.
They have one smoke, two flashes. No one thought about the utility side of the game. There's all this board up there so quickly.
I mean, that's why you're so adamant about those timeouts when you...
Well, if you have them available, you at least have the freeze time. You can discuss the options. It seems like as soon as the freeze time came in, everyone's just like, boom, 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 everything they could
hit
get.
the buy-binds and go.
Yeah. Now you got nothing. How are you going to crack things open here?
Isn't it? I mean, that's an interesting conundrum you're presenting me with, because admittedly, the CTs, they've kind of not got much left, so the punishment for this is minimal. Nobody's yet lit the battlefield, and only one smoke for Chris J for the defense. No Molotov presence either.
Well, if he gets the clock down to 30 seconds, that smoke becomes world-class.
Infinitely powerful,
It's so good, but he needs to get there first. So we'll see if that's possible. They're buggering around here on the AVANGAR side. I'm not sure the players, they've got the bomb there, but what do? They've got one smoke. Now flashed off. That's going to cost him a bit of time. He had to fire a shot as well. So now you want to throw that smoke in if you can. There it is. They might have to go through this.
I think they are. They're already ahead of it, and there was no one with eyes on it, and so the rotate will come in from the CTs. Chris J's smoke will extinguish the Molotov enough to him to have a way out, but back's touch. Oh! And another two! Frozen and Waxing have found frags as well. AVANGAR with 5 seconds left. The bomb is loose. James got an AWP, but that's not enough. 15-15. We're going to overtime.
We absolutely are. There we have it. It will remain on the CT side for mousesports, but that was just pretty weak from AVANGAR there. Like, the fact they brought up with no grenades. So you bring out an AWP on the T side of Inferno instead of grenades, like, that is silly. I'm sorry, like, James has not justified his play to the extent you're going to have no grenades in the final round of the game. They just needed to take their time and work out how they're actually going to get into a bomb site. They waited till 25 seconds after they finished boosting and bumbling around towards B.
Bumbling. Yeah, it did feel like they were bumbling.
They were, weren't they? And then
Faffing,
they get caught off for smokes. They're segregated. They push through the smoke, and then nothing really can be done. It was pretty woeful towards the end, but mousesports, they'll take that all day long.
But I mean, I do think that reflects the communication. Like, I think you can almost see that AVANGAR were uncomfortable in those last couple of rounds, just from those buying decisions, from that bumbling and fumbling that we've referenced. You know, it's clear that they were completely and totally lost. Now, a reset. It's back to a level stead. 15-15. Forget about all that nonsense. Get your heads back in the game. And let's see how things start off. Well, it did look like we're about to get a bit of an AWP duel down middle. James was ready to posture, and James continuing to ready to posture. Look at him charging straight up middle. Up to past bench already. Chris J, he's been a real highlight towards Banana in the late stages of the regulation. She gets the info and backs away. Exchange of flashes forces either AWP or off. Bomb still at T steps. Any ground gathered here is going to be late to commit with the bomb. Sanji apps James up mid. If he goes an inch further, he presents his back and Carrigan punishes. That looks a little silly. Carrigan's huge frag takes the AWP out of the equation early. Kickett's already starting to poke and quad towards B. That's a frag he wants to convert. He already tagged up Chris J, but chooses to back away.
I think that's the right play. It would have been too much of a commitment for a Serto player towards B there. He'd have to swing out quite wide. He has no idea what's on the other side. But still they go back towards B. Bomb picked up. They still have a singular smoke. But they've done it again, Alex. The same problem there before.
It arrives. And you either walk through it, grey screen and get triple killed, or you wait and you have 10 seconds to flash ones too. That's nice. Frozen's only going to get the one. It's down to Chris J. He's going to have a close war fight with Buster. This is a different way the cards can fall. Same setup, same circumstance. This time AVANGAR have the after plant.
Really do. Just to note as well, this is 10k overtime, so you actually do have to save weapons on the CT side, especially if the round's completely gone. They still feel like they can do this one in 3 versus 2. It's going to take something brilliant here from Carrigan. He has been fantastic all day long, but this time he will be going down early. Drops no HP on Kicker and Sanji, but surely no chance of him doing much more than taking down a couple of players saving.
I think there was a kit on Carrigan. There is. If they make enough of a noise exiting. Oh, as Kickett spots him, he's going to try and back away. That radius, he's going to have to try and use Banana if he can get across. It was brave, he knew what he had to do. Buster shuts him down, and that's going to be the first round of overtime, going the way of AVANGAR.
You're absolutely right there. It didn't look good. The build-up certainly wasn't there. The same problems they had before. 30 seconds remaining, smoke down at the choke point they need to get through, but somehow, some way it worked out. They had one flash remaining. There was a great flash. Right. Somehow bought them enough time to bust through that smoke, and Buster showing us what he's made of there with the AK-47.
I'll tell you who threw it. The hero of AVANGAR. It's bloody Sanji.
Now, he is a support player by its very definition.
By definition.
Like, he doesn't get a break anywhere. It's like, it is a viable role in CS, but like, he really is seeing how deep he can go with that philosophy.
Still out-fragging 2 members of his team. Buster close quarters with Frozen, and that's a big step, a big leg up in this overtime. It's MR3 10K. 1 round already, and a frag in favor of AVANGAR for the 17th.
And Carrigan, he's been impressive so far, but Buster looks like he's got his number here. Takes him down 5 versus 3. Is there any reaction from the CTs at this point? James looks towards middle with the AWP. Chris J, no utility at all. And remember, Alex, if they lose this round, you can see the money right now. Everyone's around like $1,000.
Here comes that silly question, but there's no silly questions. When you look at the fact that there is so much time on the clock and 2 CTs are dead already in overtime of the major, why are they? Why are they pushing? Is it just trying to catch them off guard? It's like a risk-reward type deal with mousesports.
I feel like they know their chances are really limited at this point, and when you get to overtime, like the strat book kind of goes out the window. You've kind of shown everything you have. You need to mix it up. That's when the in-game leader is most valuable, because they know all your tendencies and what you're up to. This is what you call a gamble stack from mousesports. They know they've lost the round, but they'll put all their eggs in towards that A bomb site. And at this point, if they go A, sure, they'll go for it. Oh, it could actually work out.
Oh my goodness, they are starting to go.
Hang on a second. Getting further.
Buster's going to go.
There we go. Okay, he's fine. They're going to go back with the bomb. That was dangerous.
He got the information.
That was about to personify what I was talking about. That would have been really awkward. But luckily, Buster committed to that. Even at 20 HP, he's like, I'm going to go through and just confirm this is clear, which is the right call. They've won the round by that. So if you're AVANGAR by now, you know you've won the round. I would say go hunt. Let's get going. Let's go remove some of their money.
Like just unleash. Maybe like I say, send Sanji. Actually, no, he's got all his nades. Keep hold of him. But they'll keep hold of their weapons, or at least they'll try to. It does look like the hunt is, albeit slightly on. 2 Ts have been released. A little dastardly duo up mid.
Yeah, you know you can buy next round. I would say this is definitely worth it.
Kickett and I believe Jane starting to be the spearhead of this hunt towards the A site. And this is where it's so damn crucial for mousesports. These frags are important if they want to stand a chance. A solid go at the second half of this overtime. Kickett's already caught 1. Great flash from Sanji to make it happen. Chris J does just take 1. Woxic keeping hold of his AWP as best he can. So close. James doesn't want to lose his AWP. Off the time through the wall.
That's so huge. I can't even begin to describe, Alex. They have no AWP now. That's nuts. Did he get recovered? I can see.
No, it was Chris J that got banged.
Oh, I see. I thought it was the Woxic. Okay. I was going to say that's insane. Okay, that's not as detrimental.
He keeps his AWP. Chris J will get given the M4, but my goodness, there are some sacrifices to be made. No nades for Ops at all. Chris J just bringing out that smoke. Woxic did get a frag right.
That's what I saw.
That's what confused you.
Yeah. Well, there we go. Still, they'll keep the AWP. That's Chris J's glass M4. You don't see that much these days. That doesn't come out too often.
Now that is something to end the first half of overtime. It's best of 1. He has got no armor and an M4. That is quite the unique buy.
Need perfection here to get a kill or 2. Woxic alone towards the B side. Remember, mousesports had to win 2 rounds in a row with compromised economy to get us here, but now finding themselves 2-0 down. Losing Chris J to the wall bang at the end of the last round means he has no armor in the M4. Could be enough. It's not too bad, all things considered. They have a FAMAS for Carrigan. Woxic in his AWP, but he's alone towards this side of the map.
Taking his rather aggressive line before enables him to take the first shot and disappear. That's huge. No nades used, and Kickett goes down to Robs. They have the advantage. They look to swing. They look to push where it hurts, and it's not only kills, it's upgrades. AK now for Carrigan. As the majority, in fact all of AVANGAR start to make their way in. Woxie's going to catch one, looking to dance through the flames. He's going to take another fight. This time Buster greets him with a bullet.
There's still a chance to win this. Flashbang's great. Really nice. Okay, cancel all that. It looks like mousesports got it under control. It is going to be 2-1 in the first half here. Mousesports looked like they were dead and done, Alex, and somehow it's Rops with a nice boot there above the boiler room. He'll get the first kill, funneling towards B, and Voxy had to at least get it one there. He was in a difficult position, Molotov'd out, somehow got that kill, bought enough time, and a flashbang to assist Rob through that smoke was absolutely beautiful. So 2-1. It's first to 19, 18-18 with all over again. But for now, swapping over to the CT side. AVANGAR need one for match point. Double orb set up for them, Jame and Buster to wield the snipers here. And now that is an expensive buy, an MR310K, because now you're already down to $2,000. If both those orbs go down, you lose this round, you're actually in a really difficult
Oh my
spot.
god, that is so expensive. It's like Jame and Buster's.
Yeah.
My goodness, that'll cost you a pretty penny.
Jame and Buster's. That's not bad. That's the line of the day.
Thanks, mate.
Ribena was up there, but that's
it was close, yeah. Definitely not Sunj. We'll forget about that one. But that double AWP, we talked about it not being a priority for mousesports, certainly seems to be for AVANGAR, as Henry has so rightly outlined. The floor is lava, one of my favourite games to play as a child.
I play as a 31-year-old man.
Happy birthday, by the way.
Thank you.
They're starting their crawl. Buster on that secondary AWP. Can he justify the flash? It's likely coming. Smoke lands. It's the long one. The smoke in response. mousesports get exactly what they wanted out of that, but now they can full execute it. Through the smoke they go. The flame does manage to lick Kickert as he's forced back into that smoke. It's full grey screen. Already mousesports taking quite the beating from the Molotovs in response. But look at the positions they've managed to adopt courtesy of these smokes. They're all over. They're like a plague on B. They force out Kickert. Carrigan can get that bomb down. There is no way for Buster to contribute other than a wild shot through the smoke. That wasn't far off. And now looking to play the afterplan. Woxic extends their lead. A huge frag onto construction. He continues to lock that down. Another there, Sanji. And that investment does look like it needs to come back.
Yeah, it has to.
There is still a smoke present. Oh, it's going. Oh, Sanji. Okay. Guys, I'm in a bit of a pickle.
Don't want to alarm anyone.
I'm not expecting help. I just want to make it clear.
I might not be surviving
I'm not saving this AWP. I can have a go.
I'll give it my best shot. I don't want anyone to be mad.
Actually, you know what? They're going to back out through Banana. He's going to hit that. That should be enough for him to start just distancing himself.
You're going to sit in roads. He's
fine. There we go.
Oh,
okay.
St. Carrigan. Didn't
quite go well for Carrigan.
Well then, 17-17, we're all tied up again. So remember, next round is match point. CT side of the map, you'd lean towards AVANGAR, but anything goes at this stage of the game. Like we said, in overtime, you kind of throw away the strat book, the defaults, you're kind of just calling on the fly. That's a really nice... Oh, he has been volatile today, Kicker. He's very passionate. Been a few majors now. You can see he's very invested in this lineup. They came off a 20-day boot camp before this event. You can see that passion. He doesn't want this to go to waste. Good to see. Double AWP setup still ringing true.
Yeah, so much invested into this one. Woof. Chris J and Kickert, both of them looking pretty damn worse for wear, but Kickert's still breathing. Frozen low as well. This is going to be a difficult round for mousesports to overcome. A double in absent. Wow. Rops has the audacity to just take one fight. Didn't have to swing any wider than that. Not wise to James' position, though. A shot was not fired, so it didn't reveal. Take note of the lineup there. As they look to take A, this could be the full commit. The utility's certainly there for it. And here they go. Jay misses a shot, uncharacteristic from him. They're starting to close this gap. There's so much time. mousesports don't have to commit, but they choose to. Adrian with one double kill already. Rop's now on the balcony, and he catches him. Nearly three, though.
Yeah, that was very good from Adren. He was good for three there. Didn't quite have the bullets to make it happen. 2 versus 2. Anyone's round. Rops and Kicker both low. All up in the hands Off kicker here, Buster, still alive and well, but the retake begins now. Molotov down towards Arch, buying time. Smoke won't help them out too much. It's looking very good for mousesports now.
It really is. A bike position as well from Rops. It's just a headshot angle. Woxic, he's going to be gifted kicker in just a moment's time. Quick shot. Rops does tag up Buster, but he's going to try and back away from this one. Keep hold of everything he's got. M4, Kevlar kit, all of that good stuff. Mousesports making it clear. You can hear the coach celebrating already.
Yeah, he knows what's going down here. Rops will be going down the ship. And it will be match point Mousesports. 18-17. One more will do it. Buster, the only player to survive there, but the money isn't... Oh, it is actually a bit problematic. They'll have to juggle things around, but there's enough to at least get a buy out there. Mousesports, huge advantage
Buster
here.
can drop an M4, or he goes nades. Yeah, he's dropping a FAMAS so he can have nades.
Yeah,
okay.
there's only one issue here. I guess Sanji, okay, he did have enough money to get grenades. I was like, if he's going glass cannon, FAMAS.
No, yeah.
That's
a
insane.
gift from Buster. This is it
Right.
then. Will we see another overtime, or will Mousesports with an AWPA with a different mouse manage to close this one out? Quite the crazy ride it's been. Crazy this has just been a best of one, Henry. I feel like this is all the ups and downs and the highs and
we
lows of a
still
best
have
of
another
three.
game to go after this.
It's
Plenty of more
burning the
Counter-Strike
midnight oil,
action coming your way, ladies and gentlemen.
I love it.
And we're back again tomorrow as well, from around 1 p.m, I believe, CET, to do it once more. All the best of 3 start tomorrow as well.
Cannot wait.
First day's always
Actually,
a little bit surprising and interesting. Second day's things start to calm down.
Well, certainly once the 3 mappers get involved.
Yeah.
Oh, James, that was a ambitious shot on the cross. A tight line held, nothing hit, but information gained. B is wide open right now. They don't have anyone investigating from the Mousesports side, but a full rotate on match point. And I say that. Molotov's going to be landing on Adren's feet. He's going to smoke it off and be forced to wait. Forcing utility out of the CTs, if nothing else. Flash lands, doesn't quite catch Kickit, who's there to try and trade off of anyone hunting Adren, who's still locked in. Nice work.
Yeah, that's really well played. Adren was dead. He didn't have anything there. Now he's still in position. They've actually got a man advantage here, looking to find double overtime. But Carrigan, he's got other ideas. That's a wide open B bomb site.
Sheesh, that's a problem. Rops actually can do so much damage. Catching them in the rotate. They're not going to be ready for this, but Sanji is.
He's always ready.
3 versus 3. They're going to have to regroup, pull their resources. Why is Sanji heading towards Apps? It's such a long rotate. Admittedly, the bomb's not down yet. In the hands of Woxic. And he'll do that now. So 2 versus 3. Carrigan and Woxic to take them across the line, or AVANGAR to take us to a second overtime. Woxic's given a chance, takes the shot, falls off. Carrigan in the meantime does not slip up and actually takes James out of this equation. He just wants to fight, he wants to brawl. So ready, so willing. Mousesports take the win, and that's 19-17. Do it in overtime. No mouse, no problem.
That is quite the game. That's game of the day, I have to say. That had it all.
Yeah.
That had